Hello, welcome out to the Death Battle cast. We are the cast and crew of Death Battle. I'm Ben, I play Wiz. I'm joined by Chad, who plays Boomstick, a spaceman, and our new writer, Sean Hines, who's going to be writing Crash vs. Spyro, which has been announced. Yay! And that's actually going to be animated by our 3D animator, Torrian.
There he is.
All right, you look like the driver of that Tesla, the spaceman. He just came down from orbit.
The space Tesla.
Yo, as soon as this came on, I lost it because I did not see myself at all. I put this costume on, so I was like, "Oh, that's how I look."
Also,
it's great.
Everything's funnier in the preview monitor. Like
Everything
I can
is-
see something
everything
right here,
is
and then
funnier
I
in
see
the
the
preview
shot,
monitor.
and I'm just like, oh god.
Wait, did they not have a mirror at props?
No, because I was running late, so I just every time they come back to me, I lose it. Why do I have these sunglasses on?
I'm sure the audio listeners are really enjoying this part.
It's just
I'm trying.
it's all in the.
Chad's
it's
not
all in the
fucking helping
brain.
me.
It's just,
Access your space powers.
almost.
Look how straight I am.
The suit's
There
really
you
fun.
go.
This is great
Can't
for
you
my
bend
posture.
over? Why can't you reach
Well, it's
forward?
Because it's super tight.
Yeah.
I can't bend.
Oh, that's sexy. All right. Well, anyway,
It's sexy.
Not
I do.
bending. The
Yo, I'm
sexiest.
telling you, like these shots, my banners on all my social media changes with these shots like, constantly. So good.
Every week.
What a job.
yep. But anyway, as I said, we're joined by Sean, who is the new writer for a bunch of upcoming death battles. First and foremost, Crash vs. Spyro, which is the first 3D one we've done in a little while. And we're super excited to be getting this one, out. In fact, the Crash preview will be out next week, or is it
Crash is already up.
Wait,
Spyro's
it's already out.
Yep.
Yeah. Getting weeks confused. But Sean, I just kind of wanted to chat with you a bit about getting into the death battle process.
Yeah,
and learning
man.
your way through it.
Also, real quick, just in case somebody's watching and they have no idea who Sean is, he's not new.
Yeah, that's true. Sean is new to writing death battle,
Sean
but
is an
he's been
OG
around for a
at
long
Hard News.
time.
Yeah, Sean is the other producer for Screw Attack. He originally got started back when we did journalism, and Sean was heading up our whole news division and writing. He hosted Hard News for a while, and then moved over more to a business standpoint. And then he'd been writing a bunch of top 10s and some Desk of Death battles.
You were on Hard News for a while, right?
Yeah, I did Hard News for probably like 18 months, I think.
Those are like some of my favorite episodes of Hard News.
Aw,
No offense.
Sweet.
No offense.
That's okay.
I mean, technically, I was writing half of Chad James's episodes too, so.
No, but I like when you did it.
Oh.
No offense. I had to turn all the way. I
Dude, we
can't
did
turn
so
It's like a Batman shoulder.
We did so much shit back then. It was just we need someone to host this. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, dude. And I've done a bunch of other shows too that just have not withstood the test of time.
Yeah, do me a favor and don't kill this podcast, okay?
Whoa!
Actually,
I love available. I love
Probably
that podcast.
shouldn't talk about your failures while we're discussing how you're coming into the death battle writing.
That's true. That's
probably a
valuable.
good way to
Valuable
think about
advice. I'll take that
He's
to heart.
great.
Yes.
This kind of was a crazy one for him to get started on too, because the way our production was lining up for this year, when the 3D team, when Tori needed to get started on working on animating this episode, all the writers were slammed and totally busy, which is usually when Ben and I go, fuck. Okay, cool. And so I took Spyro, Ben took Crash for initial research. And so
Oh yeah, I wrote this fight. I totally forgot about that. I wrote this fight. I wrote the fight. He's writing the host script, the rundown.
I did kind of influence the fight just a little bit. I had a couple tidbits that I was like,
You just can take all the the credit where you can get.
absolutely. I've learned.
I gotta stop looking at the preview. I gotta stop doing it. I get it. I can do it.
So it's a crazy one, but it's a good way, especially, it kind of worked out because it's a good way to introduce somebody new to Death Battle, because Death Battle is such a beast. We've talked about that, the process involved. So the fact that Ben and I had done the initial research and gotten together and Ben wrote the fight script, we had a really good understanding of the characters, which made it a lot easier for when Sean is getting into the research part and the writing. We had a lot more knowledge. So it was really helpful, but
Yeah, I
you're
think
doing it.
I was gonna say probably the thing that I struggle with the most is just becoming a screenwriter, because I'm not built for that, but I'm learning. But from the research perspective, I love that. Just digging into stuff. I know it's like a beast, and we're very fortunate we have the research team now who, they help us a ton. But I love looking for those little facts. Like, did you know that bandicoots have 2 dicks?
yep.
What?
I watched the Desk of Death battle.
That's true. Yeah. Well, yes.
I know that.
I meant to mention
Like the
that.
turtle?
If you've seen the latest Desk of Death battle, which is about Crash, that comes from some of his research on this episode.
2 dicks.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because the female bandicoots have 2 vaginas, Torrian.
Yeah.
Do they?
Obviously.
Real quick, do you think I'm fucking with you, or am I telling the truth?
I feel like I feel like you are, but I'm in a spacesuit, so I'm gonna believe you.
Well, the spacesuit is correct, because they do have 2 vaginas.
Why? I'm so fascinated by this.
Double the pleasure, double the fun.
What's that? Double mint gum?
Double
Yeah. But yeah, you should definitely check out that Desk of Death battle. Sam actually wrote that one, but it was a bunch of research that I had. So
Yeah. And on the note of you liking to find out, Sean is like one of the most analytical people I've ever met in my entire life. Sean, fun fact, tell him about what your previous job was.
My previous job, I was the
Not with Screw Attack, before
Screw
Screw
Attack.
Attack.
right before
So,
Screw Attack.
like, a
I
decade
managed
ago.
the 2nd largest tape manufacturer in the country's supply chain through the United States.
What?
Yeah.
Exciting.
He moved tape across the country.
I did. I moved tape, shrink film, electrical tape, and duct film.
When you say it like that, I feel like you're just moving them in like the most shadiest ways. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
like you're
I'm selling under the table, like
you're
hey,
just
man,
like
you want
putting them
that
in
green
like just putting them in
electrical
like trucks full of like TVs and stuff, but it's really tape.
It's just tape.
But it was
smuggling it.
it was like understanding like the most optimal like supply routes, and then also like how big different sizes of tape are, what can you fit into one box, then how many boxes can you fit perfectly into a truck to be the most efficient way to get tape.
You would be really good as a logistician. You'd be nailing it, man. That's
Yeah.
all you do. That and then you look at other brands and you're like, oh, we're also working with Kleenex. Well, if I stack the tape on the floor, then I can put the Kleenex on top of it and fill that truck space all the way to the ceiling. See? And that's
he has a lot
make
more
money.
fun
cheating.
now.
Make money.
But he's
I'm
very
sure all of you listening and watching are just overjoyed at all this box stacking discussion.
I don't know how you left it behind.
Yeah, can't imagine why I wouldn't want to do it for the rest of my
And
life.
now you're at the tape game for good. You're not getting back in.
No, yeah.
If they catch you with a roll, it's over.
But
Exactly.
Now,
I was gonna say.
now
Yeah.
Sean, you're on tape.
Oh, God, Chad James. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pun king.
I feel like
So what's been the biggest struggle like getting into the death battle?
Oh man, with Crash and Spyro, I played those games, so I have a background there. But we're working on a death battle right now. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's got a lot of comics in it, and they're from characters that I personally was never like a huge fan of as a kid. So it's just parsing through 40 years worth of comics and trying to find the meaty bits that actually matter in a fight and ignoring some of the other stuff that's just not gonna play a part. But again, then you do find out fun little tidbits like 2 dicks. So you kind of set those aside for later. But it's really like being unfamiliar with characters, coming in a complete noob and trying to do justice with all of them, because I mean, there's obviously a huge fan base out there that you don't want to disrespect by missing some very important fact for a fight. So
People
a
are
little
already
bit of
theorizing. I just want you to know. They're going right now, okay, let's see. What have I ever heard Sean talk about? It's not going to be one of those. And then 40 years of comic history.
yeah.
Somebody will have already guessed it. They
Fortunately, there's a million characters. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Somehow it happens.
Every
Somehow
time.
it happens.
Every
like,
time.
Torrian, you posted a picture on Twitter that was of like water with like a purple square in it. And you were like, oh, it's my next 3D death battle. Who knows what it is? And like 3 people guess, oh, it's clearly Crash versus Spyro. You're right.
Yep.
It is.
Every time.
But I mean-
took a picture of him and John hanging off the door, and they're like, it's Laura Croft versus Nathan Drake. And I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like,
that one doesn't even make any sense.
well, they hang on shit.
Like,
but
They climb.
yes.
What?
At least the purple square. I mean,
Purple, like,
dragons hang out at water.
It didn't even have anything to do with
yes.
that. I didn't even make that scene. Like somebody from animation made that.
Somebody from animation made that.
Yeah.
You put up someone else's asset?
No. Like we were using the
Oh,
water,
the water
and they were getting it ready for me,
Oh,
and then
okay.
they literally just sent me that. And I
What was the
screamed.
purple square that was in there?
It was just a test to see if you can see through the water.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So it had nothing to do with
had
the
nothing
actual
to do
like,
with nothing.
characters.
Well, because it was purple.
I didn't even make that
enough.
connection until somebody said it, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I should have made it red or something.
Oh man.
Like how nonchalant you are about it, though. Ah, shit. I'll just go back to doing my job.
But it's funny you mention another episode that you're working on and how that's affecting you right now. Because I was thinking about it, and Crash vs. Spyro is your first episode, but you're technically doing some part of production for 3 episodes at once right now.
Yeah, well, and part of that is because we got some real big ideas for the end of the year.
Yeah.
And that requires more production time, so we're trying to like position ourselves to do some really cool things. We got episode 100 coming up in October. So yeah, and then I'm doing legal stuff and accounting stuff, and hey, good news, guys, we're having employee reviews this week. Woo!
Hey.
John and I have been in meetings like all week and last week.
Yeah,
Just keeps going.
that's
There's a lot of not. You guys get to see the fun stuff.
Guys, do I get a raise?
I
Can I get a raise?
We'll see.
Okay.
I mean, if you could have just said yes if that was happening.
Hashtag Death Battle Cast, hashtag give Ben a raise. Let's go for it.
You can.
That's fair. That's fair. Turn the audience against us, Ben. Thank you.
That's what we do here, right?
And I do look like that dude that was in the Tesla.
Yeah, you really.
You are the dude that was in the
Wait,
Tesla.
which way
That has
was
been
he?
established.
We just
Pictures like
We just need some Bowie playing.
You gotta have the
Visor down, dude.
visor down. Yeah, it's
You would've
behind you too. Wait, Torrian, pivot so you're facing like the boomstick bench.
Yeah.
Even more.
He really thought about that.
If you can.
Oh wait, he's in space, Ben. He's going slowly. The gravity's different. My beer!
that's what I was trying to avoid.
God damn it!
Well, I wanted to
How
create
many
a picture
beers have
perfect,
you had,
but I guess
Boomstick?
not.
No, the second one isn't open yet, and now it's gonna be all.
Oh wait, I'm out of frame.
It's okay.
I'm sure it's fine.
You're fine.
It looks perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
Beautiful.
And if that live stream taught me anything, we don't even need to talk anymore. We can just leave it on this for the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
It's April Fool's Day, and this is what you get.
Oh my God, it is?
It is April.
If they're watching it on YouTube.
Shit. Why are we doing an actual show? We should just leave or
Yeah,
do some
exactly.
prank.
I can't wait
Just
for
leave
those.
Torrian.
We should all be in space.
I can't wait for those Photoshops. It's gonna be great.
Yep. And then they're going to be your new banner on your social media.
They're gonna have
profile.
Catechus sitting right next to you.
Just a cast of characters.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're building your own Toryverse.
Cats of characters.
Yeah.
Wait, you're not Chad James.
I'll be here all.
Cats.
So do we need to name this character?
No, I think the internet should name it.
I literally sat here and was like, of course I'm not Chad James.
Literally? Sorry.
We have fun.
Yeah, cat puns.
Oh gosh, we need to Ben.
We can try
save
to
us.
drink around
Save
that
us.
stupid thing.
I mean, you're the one who needs to talk about Crash vs. Spyro for 5 minutes or
Let's
whatever.
see. Spyro is a purple dragon. Crash is a mutated.
Okay, we'll just move on. Guys, let's find out what's going on.
I love the character that suspiciously looks like He-Man going backwards.
That's totally not He-Man.
not He-Man,
It's
of
definitely
course.
not He-Man.
No.
Of course not. Why would we put in there?
Nope.
Exactly.
All right, so this is really ironic because we did not plan this, but it's funny that Torrian would wear a spacesuit.
Uh-oh.
Because I want to talk about a little story that came up yesterday, but has actually been kind of building over the past, I guess, couple months, like 9 months actually. There was this guy, so we all know about the flat Earth conspirators, right?
B.O.B.? I thought you were about to say, we all know about the flat Earth. And I was
Yeah,
gonna be
everybody
like,
knows
what, Ben?
the Earth is flat.
B.O.B. the rapper?
So there's this guy named Mike Hughes who 9 months ago, he's a flat earther, and he claimed that if people would fund him on GoFundMe.com, he would build a rocket and go into space to prove that the Earth is flat. He made this GoFundMe. He was asking for $3,000.
What the fuck?
Way less than you need for a rocket, but he was asking for $3,000, and he got it.
Well, of course he got it.
He got $3,000 for nothing.
He got.
That guy's a genius.
He got $3,000. He built his rocket in his garage, and as of yesterday, he has launched himself. And I think we have a video of the launch that we can show off here.
He made it?
He's gonna fucking die. Are you about to show it?
He made it?
Exploding?
No, I'm not
There's
gonna show anybody
no
die.
fucking way. What the fuck is that? Is it made out of cardboard? Did he just get a big ass
He also
model rocket?
invited a bunch of kids to watch.
Is that tape?
Here we go.
Oh shit! There's no way he was in that.
He was in that. He was in that.
Totally in it.
So there he goes.
No fucking way. Oh yeah,
He's going into space.
No, he's not, Ben.
Not really. He goes a couple hundred feet, or a couple, maybe 1,000 feet. I don't know.
Oh no! It was just a big model
It's falling.
rocket.
Yeah, pretty much. So he's got one parachute. Unfortunately, he's falling a bit too fast.
Oh no!
So
you are gonna show us the death.
Is he the one that's flat? Is that what happened?
he does survive.
Okay.
But he did have to go to the hospital after landing. He actually pulls a second parachute near the end of this.
What kind of parachute? That doesn't look nearly big enough.
No.
That's probably why he had the second parachute, because it wasn't big enough.
Clearly, he had no intention of actually
Oh
going to
my
space.
God, this is.
I mean, I don't know. Like, he tried.
I mean, that was
He
a
went
rocket
up,
that went
and then
up.
it went down.
Can you imagine explaining that to the nurse? Like, they've heard some wild shit. One of my favorite, like, AMAs on Reddit is, like, when they ask, like, oh, like, nurses of the ER or whoever in ER, like, what are some of your craziest stories? And, like, you hear about just the most outlandish shit. So they're probably not surprised by crap until this guy rolls in. And it's just like, what happened to you? And he's like, well, I was trying to prove the Earth was flat, so I made a rocket for $3,000 and shot myself up into the air.
Oh, real quick, sorry. I said $3,000 is $8,000.
Oh, 8,000.
That doesn't, no.
It's still not enough,
Yeah, it's
obviously.
crazy.
But yeah, somehow this actually happened.
What kind of car could you buy for $8,000?
You can buy a pretty decent used car.
Like a Toyota Camry?
Yeah, and that'll last you forever.
Or
Unless you're
you could
Torrian.
buy a rocket.
I didn't buy a Toyota
yeah.
Camry. I
Yeah,
didn't.
but it would have gotten stolen or.
I didn't. I told you guys, right? That my car has to be recalled again.
Yes, twice. He got it double recalled.
Wait, but why didn't they get it on the first recall?
First time, no,
So
first time it was electrical.
it was electrical thing, which was minor, right?
Second one's great.
The second one, I literally just found out like a week or two ago that every model Ford Fusion 2014 and up has to go get checked because the steering wheel can potentially just come off.
Yeah, that's a
It's
problem.
like that scene in Looney Tunes where the guy's going, he goes, up, and then he's like,
Like, so I'm sitting there watching this, and I'm like, he's like, oh yeah, in today's news, and then they just kind of like bury the lead. In today's news, this car manufacturer just recalled a huge recall for all these cars or whatever. So if you own a Ford model, and I'm like, he's like, Ford Fusion from this year, 2014, and I'm like, God damn it! God damn
Your
it!
hand. Fuck.
So
Oh, wow.
it's fine, cars.
Well, so I mean, they're gonna fix it though, right?
I'm gonna go out there probably sometime next week.
Oh, okay.
Or
Wait, so you haven't fixed it?
he's living dangerous.
no.
Fingers
So
crossed.
your wheel could just pop off at any moment. I'm glad I drove
Yeah.
today and didn't
just-
get a hot
I
ride in
don't
your
know.
car.
Like, I hope they give me a new one. That'd be great.
Just a brand new car.
Sorry, at this point, here, just take
They'll
it.
probably just fix it. Or they'd probably be like, nope, this is not one of them. And then send me on by my way. And I'm like, oh.
Well, anyway, unfortunately, Mike Hughes is not going to go for a second attempt.
Oh.
He didn't get to prove whether or not the Earth is flat or anything like that, but he's fine with not dying, so he's gonna just chill
Is there like,
and not cause a ruckus anymore, apparently.
did they interview him? Did,
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
need, like, I want to know
Well,
how.
he's literally still like hospitalized, so
Oh, no.
it's a little hard to get a bunch of information out of him. But
I want to ask him, like, did you actually believe you were going to go to space?
probably
Or
did.
were you just like,
I don't
I
think
want to build a big ass model rocket and I can get people to pay for it?
I don't think he necessarily planned to go to space. I think he just wanted to get high enough that he could take a picture that proved that the Earth was flat.
Here's the problem with
You get
that,
his
though.
picture at least?
I don't think so.
No, he didn't get high. Like that's the whole problem. Is he did not get high
Like-
enough.
No,
He
I know,
looked
but I'm
down.
wondering if he took a picture.
Oh, he probably
I'd
did.
love to see the picture.
He got
just like a
almost
drone
2,000 feet in the air.
Here's the problem,
So
though.
not even higher than like a lot of airplanes.
I feel like,
jump
and
on.
I'm no scientist,
You could have just gotten on an airplane and that would have been it.
I feel
Yeah.
like no matter how you view the Earth, it's gonna look flat.
Well, that's the problem. And
Like, so how can you prove anything?
fly around it.
That's where the theory comes from.
Orbit.
Is
I know. I'm
You're
just-
the spaceman.
No.
Why would I explain
No,
this
I'm
to
saying
you?
like, how would you prove it was flat when everything looks round? Like,
This guy, he's a good soul, okay, but he ain't proven shit. Especially by flying a homemade
I just
rocket.
feel bad.
into
I just feel
space,
bad for
like-
them because they like. It looks flat, but it's gonna look like that from
Yeah. So
space.
the way the atmosphere works, it looks like it's gonna. It looks like the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
If you just look at it.
Yeah.
Especially even if you're up high. But there is some sort of curvature that you can see
Sure.
if you're higher up.
Yeah.
Especially if you're looking at like particularly if you're looking at like the ocean, depending on where you're at though. But if you look at the ocean from other angles, it looks flat, and that's where a lot of this comes from.
Yeah.
See, what's crazy to me is like, why was this guy's idea fly straight up real high and take a picture? Like if you stand right over top of a ball and take a picture, it's still gonna look flat. All you had to do is like, hey, buy me like a really expensive plane ticket, and I'll hire, or give me that $8,000. I will hire a private plane. I will start in one place, and I will fly straight until I am back in that place.
Just
and if
Earhart.
that happens, guess what? It's fucking round.
That makes way more sense.
I know.
Well, I like the idea that you guys had. I think it was you and Nick were talking about today, but they should do a show that's like The Amazing Race, where flat earthers try to get to the edge of the flat earth.
Oh my
Whoever gets
God,
there
that's
first,
gold.
I don't know what they win, but we all win by getting to watch that shit.
Put one in a
Gold.
Spanish galleon and like.
Here's the thing. I don't know if Hughes specifically believes this type. There are multiple types of flat Earth theories.
Okay.
And one of the big ones that I've seen a lot is that the Earth doesn't necessarily just like end. Like there's no flat edge. It just keeps going. But Antarctica is actually a man-made, government-made wall that seals us all into the known Earth. And beyond Antarctica is the secret Earth that the government owns. And it has new continents and it just keeps going.
Okay. I've heard about the ice barrier thing, but I didn't know anything about that. It just keeps going. And
Yeah,
it's a
there's
government
more
conspiracy?
out there. There's more out there, and there are flat earthers who make like models of this and what they think the continents would look like.
What?
So if I don't know, he might be worried that he's gonna crash into Antarctica if he does it that way.
But
I
is
don't
it
know.
like what government? Is there like one world government
UN.
that
They believe it's the UN,
United Nations?
and their proof for that is that on the UN flag, there it is. That's the secret continent. The secret Earth.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
What's
This is awesome.
That's right. Like the other one's like, Geminia and like Hoppus. Like they're clearly like trying to come up,
at-
but who's just like it's like someone's cat jumped on his keyboard.
No, I love that Toth is the moving island.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
yeah,
defies
this is
all
based
law of physics.
Thoth.
It's
And then,
an
hey,
island
what about
that
this
moves.
one down in the bottom right? Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
There's two yeahs.
Yeah, that's
Wait.
what I said. And one guy went, yeah. And the
I
other
mean,
guy goes,
set
yeah.
in Anubis, that's like Egyptian gods
Wait a second.
for some reason. But
Are
so there's two
are there
suns.
two suns and two moons with two black holes?
Wait, there's
orbiting
three
them?
suns. There's also a ball. I don't know.
Oh,
Like,
God.
there's multiple different like theories.
No, look at this is why they believed it. Look at this bullshit. You see the arrows?
Yeah.
So here's what they think. That when you fly and you get to the edge, the air current or whatever the fuck pushes you around it, which is why you can
Maybe.
actually get back to like the other side.
Oh, actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa.
Oh no, I've been wrong this whole time.
Oh no, spaceman.
Take
no.
it from him. He's a spaceman.
I am a
Yeah.
spaceman. You know, look, see, the training for this type of job,
I hope to God.
it's super rigorous.
You didn't even need $8,000.
I
You
didn't
just went to
even
the building
need
next door.
$8,000. I needed to go to the.
I hope to God somebody posts this on like a flat Earth forum or something like that, and it's just a picture of fucking Torrian in this stupid space outfit, and it's just like the Earth is flat. I should know. I'm a spaceman.
I can't take this. I look ridiculous.
I'm so glad you chose this guy.
I know.
I'm so glad.
When we were in Dallas, I lived in Denton, which is a small town north of Dallas, and there was a guy in Denton who had a truck that had all of his equations about how the Earth was flat
Hashtag
and a
where's
big
the
like
curve?
where's the curve?
Yeah.
He had a YouTube channel and you drive past his house and he had all this shit in his lawn that was like different scientific instruments that proved that the Earth was flat. So yeah, they're out there.
No, I know they are because I think it was Try Hard. We had talked about flat earthers or whatever, and I like made something. I was just like, I just want to know why they believe this or whatever, and I threw it out there because like it just seems like we have science for this. Science is proven. And I got a bunch of tweets. I had like people who were just like, Earth's flat, idiot, like or whatever. But then I had,
Oh, shit.
well, I'll never forget, I had one guy that just sent me this very well-worded response. It was, I can understand why you would think that. Like, and it was like so nice. It was like, but I'd love to sit down and take a few minutes and explain to you why the Earth is flat. And I was like, this guy, he clearly seems to be able to write a compelling, intelligent
I gotta hear him out.
paragraph.
Hey, I mean, look, to be fair, we haven't seen the Earth,
Jesus Christ.
so we don't know.
That's how it starts.
Man on the moon, my ass.
Yeah, that's him right there.
Oh, there's a Potbelly too off of that was off
Yeah,
front.
right there. Off.
Ben goes straight for the food. Yo, look
Oh, hold on.
Yep.
Oh, hold on.
That's the dude.
Google 200 proofs.
He has 200 ways to prove to you that the Earth is flat. So that's
I don't know.
not
I think
desperate at
I'm
all.
in the middle now.
200 proofs sounds like a slogan for cereal. Like, try this. It's got 200 proofs.
It sounds like a slogan for like alcohol.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
200
That's much better. Why did I not go there?
That would be a really good.
Yeah, I'm in the chat now.
There you go.
All right.
God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They gave me 8 fucking grand. And it's on GoFundMe, too.
I mean, he
That's like-
did it though.
See, that's
like you gotta give
He
him
gotta
props.
do it.
Yeah, he
Right.
did it, and he survived it, and we're all idiots for not believing that it's like if you would have told me that 9 months ago, I'm like, he's a fucking idiot.
He has moxie.
Never
Like
make
I
it.
expected the rocket to just blow up,
Yeah,
or to
totally.
him to just take the money and run.
Yeah, I know.
But he did it. He built a rocket that actually went 2,000 feet into the air.
See,
So good on,
that's
good on you,
impressive.
Mad Mike.
See, I get really hesitant about things like this on GoFundMe. GoFundMe can be a great tool, but things like that belong on Kickstarter. The reason is, if he doesn't accomplish the amount or whatever, he doesn't get the money. GoFundMe, you can like, if I get 8 grand, I'll launch myself into space. And if he didn't make it, he still got to keep whatever was donated after the GoFundMe cut or whatever.
GoFundMe and Indiegogo work best for like independent films and stuff that even if they don't get all the money, they can still use that money to build their film in some way.
Right, or people who need help.
Yeah.
Things like that. Actually,
Exactly.
this can be a little bit of a weird sidetrack, but and it's gonna take a little bit serious tone. So actually, just recently, my good friend's family. You guys can follow me. You can check out my Twitter. But you guys remember Ian? That used to work for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He played Thor in one of our videos.
he did. He came to help out with merch for a while. He's a good longtime friend of mine. So his stepmom Shelly, like randomly out of nowhere, liver failure. She had a liver transplant. She's had like 6 surgeries or something. Following that, they're struggling right now. His dad photographed my wedding, and Shelly was like the most amazing person ever. She came out, and she wasn't even like, she was just supposed to be there as a guest, but she's like the most welcoming and warm person ever. She was like going around making sure people had food and stuff, and like they've always been super cool. Anyway, if you guys would like to contribute to something like that, I put it up on Twitter. I did as well. So I usually don't kind of promote that kind of stuff here, but Ian's a longtime friend, and they're just like the sweetest people ever. So this is kind of an
and a friend
opportunity for me to
Screw
throw that
Yeah.
out there.
He helped us get where we are.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry to book in that.
No,
Was
it's all
something
good.
very serious.
No, I think that's a great way to. I think that's
something funny.
I think that's a great way to wrap it up.
No, just cut to me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Got it. Look at that. Antics.
Oh shit!
He's like,
I can't breathe.
It's like fogging up.
Oh my god. Oh, that was scary.
That worked out so much better than I hoped.
Oh man, I thought it was like cracking. I had these sunglasses on.
You can watch the moment where literally he's like, oh!
That asteroid field.
slow that down later.
That asteroid field.
Oh my God.
See, I just ran into that.
All right.
I'm gonna miss the Nick's wedding.
I think it's time.
Please.
That'd be great.
It's like, who is it?
But I think it's time to see what's going on with the community, and we can bring up an out of context comic book panel.
Oh, it's been a while.
First, yeah.
My favorite.
Let's go and do that.
Oh, all right.
What's behind us?
Susan, I said shut up. Oh, Jesus. She's a monster, Dad, and now she's killing Uncle. Shut up. You just shut up. I won't hear anymore.
Dang.
Damn.
Slapping everybody.
Dude. Okay. I don't know. Sorry. My first instinct was like, I need to compare this to the child Bruce Banner face. Who has the worst getting slapped by their father face?
That's true.
Well, wait.
So wait, that's Invisible Woman,
On the left.
and then that's their
Daughter.
child?
She's a monster dad. Now
Yep.
she's killing. What? Oh.
I don't know.
No, I think that's her again.
Yeah.
But she's
And then
got
she calls him
earrings
Dad.
right here.
Is that supposed to be Franklin? Franklin. I don't know what's going on.
I don't either.
going on
Well, yeah,
either.
because they had a son, and Dr. Doom helped him, and then he got to name him. There was this whole thing that happened with Dr. Doom. Sorry, it's been a while since I did the Who.
Oh, I remember that. I remember
with
what
Franklin,
you're talking about
right?
with the whole
I
name.
think so.
Franklin Richards.
Well, man,
Can't remember.
Reed's an asshole.
He is definitely.
Yeah.
So.
Can't do either of those things.
Slapping women.
Nope.
And
That's
possibly
not cool.
children.
Women.
They put it in a comic book for children. That's not cool.
Dude, I'm sorry, that kid on the right, that is a meme face if I have ever seen one. Like,
Looks like.
Looks-
I mean, I'm assuming it's Franklin. I don't think is Franklin blonde. I don't remember.
It looks like
It looks like his neck is getting twisted in a
Yeah.
horrible way.
Oh, yeah.
It cannot be
he's
repaired.
got those lips. He's like got slapped and he's like, ooh shit, that hurt.
Just add a little like text box. Says, oh shit, that hurt.
that's a fantastic slap right
This
there.
is real.
That's a backhand
This is
too.
a real comic. thing.
Yeah, he got both. You get the front, you get the back, child.
Exactly.
Good Lord.
Oh damn.
There's
Wow.
man, if you got broadcast, if you want to search,
rough.
there's this panel where Bruce Banner's alcoholic dad is slapping him as a child, and like the face is just, it's horrible. It's a horrible context thing, but it's so funny.
While you're doing that, let's bring up the fan art, the featured fan art of the week. Let's take a look at that.
Oh, that's
Oh
awesome.
yay!
Yeah.
Crossover between death battles.
Nice.
That looks awesome. I had seen a couple requests for Twilight vs. Spyro before,
Yep.
just on the magic angle, essentially.
And they're about the same size. I think Spyro's about pony size. Yeah, he's about 4 feet.
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah,
Kinda
he's not
purple.
full-grown dragon.
He's
He's
like, he's like so small compared to all the other dragons.
is, yeah.
Except for
Yeah.
Cinder.
he's like kid dragon to teen. He's like teen dragon by the end of
Yeah, but he's like going
Top
up against Malfoy at the end, and he's like, giant.
Whoa!
It's not this one. It was the
Oh.
one in the top left. When you're back on the Google search. I know you guys can't see this. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Sorry, they're gonna pull this up here in a second. I can see them searching.
Isn't this?
Yeah.
I think I know which one this is. I think I remember this.
And they make a
we
whack
go.
sound too.
This is Bruce right there, Bruce Banner.
Yep.
This is his dad that
Yep.
inspires the Hulk to be created as an imaginary friend
Yes.
who destroys things.
Yep, that's exactly
Because
it.
his dad is an asshole.
His dad's alcoholic, and he blames Bruce for the death of his wife.
That's right.
And so he's like super abusive. And I just remember I was looking into the Hulk. It might have been for Hulk Doomsday. It was Hulk Doomsday. We were doing initial research way back when we started the endless debate on that. And I came across this, and I was like, oh my God.
Because he thinks Bruce is a mutant.
Yeah.
One of the X-Men. He thinks he's a mutant, and he's not. But then he does get the gamma radiation later.
Yeah.
It's like a weird mix of the universe.
He like smacked the whole baby.
Oh, yeah, he's
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
the distance,
yeah,
dude. Like, he flew
like-
some feet.
Like the baby's so young, he's still in a onesie. Like
The whole baby. Like I don't know if he smacked him in the face. He just smacked the whole body. Like,
He's
flying
wearing a
across
onesie,
the
but he got a
room.
5. See? Sorry.
that is.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Man. Yeah, can't do that
Poor
either.
kid.
Oh no.
Don't hit your kids. It's bad.
Or women.
Or women.
Or women.
That's
You really shouldn't hit
Don't hit
anybody.
people.
Like, I mean, I know we make a show called Death Battle, but they're not
They
real.
can hit men. They deserve it.
All
okay.
Men. All men.
Let's fight shit on right now.
I don't think I can fight a.
There you go. The moral that Death Battle Cast has always been leading to. Just don't hit people.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let
Now
us
let's talk about characters fighting. Oh, actually,
They're not fighting.
we're not.
It's a cook-off,
All
baby.
right, it's time for the community death battle.
I can't believe you guys picked that matchup. That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all right.
I had to
So,
put that in there for
I can't wait.
ironically, this community death battle does not necessarily involve death. Well, I guess for whatever they're cooking.
I mean, arguably it's already dead, and also
Yeah.
Ignis is cooking cup of noodle. So
I guess so. All right, so we got a cook-off between Ignis from Final Fantasy 15 and the Meowscular chef from Monster Hunter World, which is hilarious, and I love it. So we got some answers from you guys. You can always use hashtag DeathBattleCast to interact with the show and send us answers about who you think would win in every community death battle. And we've got one, it looks like a couple, for the Meowscular chef that we can bring up right now. This is from Aaron Mitchell, and he says, Meowscular chef should win. He's a bodybuilding cat who feeds an island of ravenous hunters without one hair getting in the food. That's clever. That's amazing. You'll be swinging them great swords like a champ. Get drunk and go shoot a devil hoe. I don't know what that is.
A devil hoe.
A devil Joe.
A devil hoe in the face. Like that's for Biggie. Okay.
I like how you read that.
Yes.
That's for Biggie. That's like probably the whitest way you could have conveyed that, Ben.
I know. Anyway, Zach also says that Ignis makes food that looks like something I could eat in real life. Meowscular Chef makes food that I can only get in my dream.
Nice. Okay.
That's pretty awesome. All right, let's bring up the arguments for Ignis. All right, Gilly says, I believe Ignis takes this one. Sure, Meowscular Chef makes huge dishes, but when it comes down to it, Ignis has him beat in variety, plating, and presentation. He has more meals that he can make, and he can make them look beautiful too.
Yeah.
I'll give him the presentation aspect.
And then Mike says, Ignis wins this hands down. Meowscular Chef gets a lot of help from his helpers. Heck, they do most of the cooking, and he just plates. He is untested 1v1, while Ignis not only cooks by himself, but also in all different conditions since he travels a lot.
And he's blind.
Spoilers.
Okay, geez.
He's been out for like 2 years.
Well, it's, you know.
What if I wanted to play the game?
You know,
Torrian?
they
God.
just released the Royal Edition or whatever. Some people, but yes, I think Ignis wins this hands down.
Bullshit.
Not only because he's blind, but he's cooking on like a little gas stove out camping.
He is in the desert. You fight a giant snake. In the middle of fighting the giant snake,
He learns a new recipe.
he pulls out a... Oh, one of his special moves is cooking in the middle of the fight.
See, that just seems dumb.
No, what? You need the boost. You need the... Now you gotta go back to Meowscular bullshit. Eat your food, get your armor, craft your armor, go back out, use the firefly, track down the monster, fight the monster. No! In the middle of the action, kitchen. And he's like dashing around to different stations in the middle of the fight. Making stuff.
And if you look at the meals that he makes, the buffs you get from Ignis's dishes,
Yes.
way more OP. You eat that
Fucking-
lasagna, you get 100% immunity to elemental effects. Meowster, he can't do that. He doesn't bring in anything that.
Here's a limit break dish.
He boosts your.
He gives you some more strength and a little bit of health and stamina, but like not double XP. Like Ignis is.
For like 2 days.
Ignis is human, sort of.
Well, Meowscular
And,
Chef
you know,
is also
Meowscular Chef
making meals
is a
for
cat.
thousands of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that, how does that affect me as a hunter? And also, he does have the help of like 5 or 6 other failings.
Sure.
I mean, he was a palico for the admiral of the 5th Fleet.
I mean,
so,
the
like,
chef in a
he's-
kitchen doesn't know, they don't cook literally everything, but they are in charge of all the meals.
Yeah, but in a 1v1, right? Like,
I mean,
doesn't
you'd have
Ignis
to
have
assume
the
that the
advantage
chef,
then?
you'd have to assume that the chef can still make anything that is
Sure.
in their, kitchen's repertoire.
Absolutely.
Because they have to have developed it first,
Right.
typically.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But I still think that from variety, plating, and buffs, Ignis has him beat.
Also, he's blind.
If the chef was gonna deliver it to you, I feel like he'd make a mistake.
But he doesn't. If anything, it makes him stronger.
He only enhanced his flavor sense.
It took him 10 years to figure out how to cook again after being blinded, but he did.
But now he can do it by himself in the middle of a fight. He literally dashes to each station.
I feel like he could still, probably, he probably makes great food, but he's more inclined that there's gonna be a mistake in there sometime.
Oh, Chad. Man, blind people can be chefs?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm saying they totally can. I'm just saying if I'm having a battle
Wait,
between
wait.
these two,
When Ignis is blinded, is there like a period of time where he can't cook?
hey, he said 10 years.
It's
You
a
gotta
10-year
relearn how to
time
cook.
skip.
Oh,
Yep.
sorry, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it took exactly 10 years, but basically
Pretty much when you come back, he's still the same
he's
cooking
the same
prowess
cook-
as
yeah,
when you left
as
him.
when you left him.
But now he's blind.
But it did take him 10 years, potentially.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it took him 10 years to just learn how to live with the fact that he's
Yeah,
now
he
blind.
became a better magical fighter.
So there's no point, like, when he's blinded where you can just go into battle immediately and he can just start cooking.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes, that is. I'm just
Right after he's blinded.
That's one of the moves.
Yeah. They just
Well, no,
they
you
talk
go-
about,
There's a time pass before you get back with him, right?
yeah, and I don't
They
remember.
updated the game with the move where he can just cook in the middle of battle.
No, I know. I was gonna say, I can't remember how much of do you play with Ignis post blindness before you do the time skip? I can't remember now.
You don't play with anybody. All that stuff was added later.
Okay, so there isn't an example of him going straight into it after being blinded.
Well, so in the main game, he still cooks for you like in a normal game, even after the 10-year time skip when he's blind.
Right.
So nothing changes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fucking adorable cat.
I do love the fact that, like, as I think it was Aaron who brought up, how he cooks dishes all the time and never gets any cat hairs in it.
Yeah.
That is cool.
That is precision.
That is impressive.
And he cooks them with a bunch of cats.
And like, let's judge by the thumbnail too a little bit. Ignis doesn't look sure of himself. He's like,
Ignis looks slick.
I don't
You
know.
see, there's not a hair out of place on his head.
Well, that's about it. But like, look at his facial expression. He looks a little
He
trepidatious.
looks like
He's
he will beat
"Oh,
your
no."
ass with whatever he's cooking.
But look at Meowscular Chef. He's like, yeah, I can fucking cook. Like, look at him. Like,
Sure, there is an air of
Ignis
confidence
is
about
too
Meowscular Chef.
clean. Do you know he got on Gucci?
And
He's
look-
in the middle of a swamp cooking lasagna.
and he took a cut to the eye, but he didn't get blinded like a bitch.
Oh, shit.
But he also doesn't have magical powers
shit.
after he's blind.
Yeah,
The only
actually,
magical
he
powers
got punked. He
are
got
the taste
punked and
of-
decided that he couldn't fight anymore, and that's why he's now a chef.
Ooh.
That's what happened with
Ignis
Meowscular.
still cooks, and he's a better fighter.
Maybe he just dedicated himself to his craft, whereas Ignis is still split between both.
Yeah, but he can cook a badass lasagna while we're battling a giant snake, so fuck you, Chad.
And drive the car.
And drive the car!
If you
Wait, while he's blind?
Yes!
yeah, if you recall, Ignis was our number 8 in top 10 waifus because he does it all, man.
After he is blind, he drives our Regalia!
I'd say Meowscular Chef.
That's pretty good.
Which is an airship!
Okay, so we got one Meowscular Chef, 2 Ignises. I gotta side with Ignis, man.
God damn it.
I think I gotta side with Ignis.
All right, I swear, if you fuck me again, community.
Flying an airship blind!
Let's see what everybody else had to say. We'll bring up the poll.
They're all
Deal
wrong.
with it.
They're all wrong.
You're wrong.
They're all wrong.
That's right.
Well, okay.
That's
He's
right.
flying a airship blind.
I think they were blinded by the fact that he's a cat.
I think it's a tough decision.
Everybody loves
overall.
cats on the internet.
Yeah.
By default, that just
And
gets
it's like
you
a bunch of
10%
cats, and
stigma.
when you see a bunch of cats, that just
Yeah.
increases their cuteness.
Yeah.
I just think his meals are perfect.
Oh no. Why? Why? Okay.
Rough.
All right.
Wasn't gonna
We're
leave
just
that
gonna-
one feline around, Ben.
I'm just gonna move on.
You know, just
Ignore that.
help us, Ben.
Thank you for voting on the poll. We always put up polls for every community death battle after the Death Battle cast has gone up on YouTube over the weekend.
Yeah, here.
So make sure to get in on the poll for the next one that's coming up. This one is requested by Jack Sith in the community suggestion form that is in the description for every YouTube video we have. And he requests a more traditional death battle. In fact, this is a death battle matchup that has been requested a lot to be an actual death battle. So I'd like to see, what people have to say about it. Rock Lee from Naruto
Ooh.
versus Sanji from One Piece.
Ooh. Nice.
I don't watch One Piece or Naruto, so I'm gonna say Sanji.
Bruce
I'm
Lee.
gonna say.
I just
Lee.
took a stab in the dark there.
Bruce?
See how that
Yeah.
goes.
I'll say Rock Lee.
All right, Rock Lee versus Sanji. We will have that poll up early next week, or early this week if you're watching it on Sunday. And you can go ahead and vote on that. Use the hashtag DeathBattleCast to let us know who wins, and we will discuss that next week. And then if you're watching this live as a first member, thank you. But be sure to tune in over the weekend for Sudden Death, our first exclusive show, where we're going to chat about something.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be exciting. Probably more exciting than Sean's old boring job, I'm sure.
Oh, the tape.
We can just talk more about my old boring.
Let's not do that.
The tape.
Thanks for being on, Sean.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and super excited to see how Crash Bandicoot versus Spyro the Dragon turns out.
Yeah, for sure.
But that
I look
was
forward to
up.
coming back on.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Off to space.